Boom. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Next Generation Baller Show. I'm your host, DP. Yes, we're back. We're back. It's been time. It's been a long time. Don't forget, we are sponsored by your guy, Self-Made Savage. Self-Made Savage. Don't forget, stay tuned, stay locked in. Yes, we are here. Get your 20%. That's your added 20% discount code. Yeah, so whatever you see on the site, you'll be getting added 20% code. Talking about Self-Made Savage. We got a giveaway coming soon. So these are just few of the stuff. We got a bag here. We got some bags we're gonna give away. Got some bags. We got some cloths. We got some little more. We got socks. We got all sorts. We got loads we're gonna give away. So stay tuned for that. Stay locked in. Self-Made Savage is going to give you and the next gen as well. Baller, we're going to give you some merch. I will be giving that to you real soon. So stay locked in. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Put the notification on that bell because that will be part of your subscription to be getting in. So stay tuned, guys. Stay locked in for that. And it's good to have you back. And yeah, man. Sorry. Just want to apologize for not giving you guys for the reaction show to the weekend. It's been a bit of a mad week for myself, but yeah, you just got to crack on and move on, you know what I'm saying? No matter when the chips are down, you just got to dust yourself down and get back up again. So, yeah, man, don't want to delve into that too much. Just want to kick on, crack on, do what I love doing, is talking about football and giving you guys all that content, giving you guys what's happening this weekend. So, yeah. Also, I'm just gonna give you a little reaction because obviously, like we can't just miss out what happened in the week. So I'll definitely delve into what happened in the week. So where should we kick off? Because got a lot I want to talk about. We're gonna talk about the under-23s. The thingy kicked off this season, the UEFA Youth League that kicked off. If you ain't, go check on Instagram. We've got goals, clips, giving you all the latest reaction on that. So that was really good. That was really good to see that back, the UEFA Youth League. We also had the Champions League. The Champions League was back. Where was Messi? That's the answer. That's everything we'll talk about. We'll talk a bit about that. And we're going to talk about this weekend. Obviously, it's the preview show. So we're going to delve into the P2. And we're going to give you guys a little glimpse of 1-2 Premier League games that I want to focus on. So what we'll do to start the show, to kick it off, what we will do is we will kick off with the UEFA Youth League. Just as I started that, UEFA Youth League. Basically, guys who don't know, it's just a mini version of the Champions League. The teams, all the teams that's qualified for the Champions League, they have an opportunity to put their youth teams involved. So it was a good start for the English teams. Liverpool Liverpool went on to win in their game 1-0 against Milan. Young Boys beat Manchester United 1-0 in the academy. Very interesting there. Also goals from Man City won 5-1 against Leipzig, and Chelsea won 3-1 against Zenit St. Petersburg. So good out in there. Oh, great overhead kick from Francesco Zaranetti. Sorry if I got your name wrong, but go check on the Instagram. Great overhead kick. Brilliant goal. So yeah, just a bit about that. Yeah, man, good start for the English teams. So if you ain't watched it, go tune in. You can go follow them on socials. Big items going on there. UEFA Youth League. So good start for the English leagues. And continuing on to that, talk about the Champions League. Champions League. Where do we start? I guess we got to start with Manchester United. Ending up losing 2-1 to Young Boys. Everyone excited, fanfare. Ronaldo's here. Ronaldo's in town. What goes and happens? Ronaldo goes and scores to become the most scorer in Champions League history. And then what happens? United go and lose the game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics there to question. We all know Wan-Bissaka got a red card after 35 minutes. And after that, Young Boys pouted onto Manchester United. And in the end, they conceded a goal very late on with 15 seconds to go, matter of fact. So disappointing in that aspect in regards to Manchester United. Can they bounce back this weekend against West Ham? Only first game in the Champions League, so we'll see how they go from there. Man City romped away with it. Man City 6-3 win against Leipzig. absolutely destroyed them. Man City look like they're really chomping at the bit. Slow start last season. Some might say a little bit of a slow start this season, but definitely not as slow as last season. Looks like Man City, that defeat against Tottenham has really, really put them into gear. And we all know from last season, Man City losing the Champions League game against Chelsea. We know Pep Guardiola, his legacy is that he does want to win a Champions League. Didn't manage to win it at Bayern Munich, but can he now go on and win it at Manchester United? So that's a big, big question. With the £100 million signing of Jack Grealish, will Pep Guardiola be able to bring back that crucial Champions League title back to the Etihad? We'll see. We'll see. Chelsea, good win against Zenit. Lukaku, first goal in the Champions League at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea. Guess that's a dream come true for him. It's good to see Chelsea. Good to see Lukaku getting his goal back, coming back for Chelsea. Chelsea continuing their winning ways, and it's good to see that Lukaku's happy and he's playing football at his heights. Shock. So I'll say the shock game over the last two games when it comes to the Champions League. Because I'm trying to mix it into two, I'm not trying to get into too much detail. So sorry if I'm not breaking it down as much, because I'm just trying to get through it all, because obviously I didn't make the show before. So I just want to give you guys that content. So yeah, sorry for the quick but yeah, the shock one for me was Club Brugge versus Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. 1-1. Yeah, Club Brugge. 1-1. And some will say, yeah, it was PSG, but some will say, where this miraculous three that we wanted to see with Messi coming in, Neymar and Mbappe, Club Brugge, I would have expected PSG. I know it's an away game, but I still would have expected PSG to go out there and really go and do something. So it's interesting to see that PSG wasn't able to go on and do what they're saying. And I don't really want to delve into the Ronaldo and Messi argument, but it's interesting to see with both of them making the moves over the summer. This debate is going to be rumbling on for the course of the season. But boy, the pressure's on. The pressure's on when it comes to Pochettino. You've got arguably the best player that's ever existed on the planet. Now you have to go out there and win the Champions League, and that's what PSG wants. So not a good start in terms of Messi's career when it comes to his start at PSG, but there's definitely pressure on Pochettino in regards to his performances for PSG and bringing back that Champions League. So yeah, so wrapped up depth. So we want to move on. So what we'll do is the preview show. So we're going to give you guys what we're going to talk about on the weekend. So what we're going to do, switch up a little bit. More times I will talk about the Premier League teams and I'll go to the P2. This week, we'll start with the P2. We hit up the P2 clubs. Also as well, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, yeah? We got a giveaway coming out soon with our sponsors, Next Generation. So with our sponsors, Self-Made Savage. So make sure you tune in on our Instagram. Make sure you're following all our posts, liking everything, and you'll be seeing the details coming out for that real soon. So yes, like I said, we'll start with the previous show, the P2. So the P2 kicks off this weekend. We've got big games. I want to delve out on a couple. For me, the three big games that I thought that will have an impact on the league, we'll say, and I thought have big interest worldwide. So we'll start off with Chelsea versus Arsenal. Chelsea under 23s versus Arsenal under 23s. Big games in the academy conundrums. Everyone knows the lacks of what Arsenal produced and the lacks of what Chelsea produced. So it's always interesting when these two academy giants come together and show us their skills. So how do we see this one turning out? Well, Chelsea haven't had the best start to the season. They haven't won a game yet. Interesting that they sit 11th in the league. I talked a bit about this before. I'm not sure if it's in the previous show or the show before. If you haven't, go in and check. At Chelsea, you're seeing a bit of a transition. I think with them, they're starting to flood in a lot of maybe the potential boys that they had in 18s up to the 23s. Some maybe not quite yet ready yet, maybe in the likes of Webster. But what you've seen is a lot of players go. So we talked to a lot of players going this summer at Chelsea, and it's now it's about a rebuilding process in the academy. So they haven't had a good start. Can the players pick themselves up, start showing their worth, and that they're really top academy players, or trying to be Premier League players, or do Chelsea have to go out there and rebuild the academy structure to go out and find their next gems coming through? So interesting in regards to that. And in regards to their league form, it hasn't been really. It's not that they haven't been. It's defensively that they've been kind of shaking. You see, they sell a lot of their good defensive acumen when it comes to their academy prospects. So is it? Can we see the generational shift in terms of academy? Things at Chelsea, or are they able to pick up with a 2-1 loss at Chelsea and a 2-1 and a 4-1 defeat at Man City in the last 2 games? Can Chelsea turn it around and pick it up against Arsenal? You can see with the likes of Chelsea in their team, they got a lot of players as well that you can see that could potentially be different in and out of the first team back into the lower league team, to Hudson Odoi, and you see the likes with lots of Chelsea and even Manchester United recently. We've seen they're losing a lot of their experienced players with the likes of Phil Jones and McShane coming into the team, and really trying to get the younger players that experience playing with someone that's really know-how and gives them that know-how and that experience, and that they won't get in the first team. But if they can have them 1-2 experienced players playing for them in the reserve games, that will definitely bolt them forward going forward. So it's really interesting. The player so far in regards to Chelsea that's been really pushing on in their academy in their 23s is Bell. 23 left back. He scored 4 goals this season and got 3 assists. So he's doing really well on the left-hand side. Definitely a player. You can see his goal, actually. You can see it on our Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, go check out Instagram. He scored a beautiful goal against Zenit. I'm talking about 3 players cut inside, cutting and scored in the corner. So beautiful goal from him. He's doing really well. But like I said, Chelsea haven't got off to the good start, and it's a big game against Arsenal. But with Arsenal and their academies, they started to pick it up recently. They sit 3rd in the P2. They've had, in the last 2 games, they've managed to pick up a few points, but they had a big defeat against West Ham, 6-1 defeat at the start of the season. But now they've managed to pick it up and really turn it around. And there's 3 players in that Arsenal academies that I feel that are players that to watch out for. We all know about Balogun. He played at the start of the season, got his first appearance for Arsenal, but he's really starting to keep that form in the 23s. Already got 3 goals this season. And another player as well is Amari Hutchinson. We've seen scored 2 goals superbly in his last game, and he's really been a player that's been talked about a lot on social medias recently. I've been watching this player since he was about 9 years old. He used to do kick-ups, loads of flicks and tricks, and it's that twilight season for him. It's that I want to say make or break, or it's that could be season for him. Can he go on? Can he really go on and take it to the next level and push into the Arsenal team? We can see that obviously they're struggling at the moment. Maybe we can see him in the League Cup, FA Cup, but Amari Hutchinson definitely a player that I'll be looking out for in this game to go on and put in a good performance and stake his claim of breaking into that first team for Arsenal. Also as well is Tyler Height. Tyler Height also as well, attacking midfielder, great, scored 2 goals also in his last game. Also at the summer, there was a bit of controversy. Will he stay? Will he go? He maybe saw a lot of the Chelsea players moving on, going to big teams, getting that first team. Maybe he wanted that taste, but Arsenal managed to convince him. They tied him down to a 3-year contract or 5-year contract. I'm not too sure. And he's been really performing this season. He's showing them that, look, I'm here. I want to break into that first team. And if he can go on and produce, we all know what Arsenal can produce. If he can go on and keep that form with the likes of Charlie Pinto in there as well, I think them 2 players with the lacks that I've already mentioned, they can go on and really, if they don't make it into Arsenal team, definitely have good Premier League careers in the likes of that. My prediction for this game, considering the teams with the 2 forms, I could see Arsenal getting a win. I don't really see Chelsea coming back, picking it up right now too far with the players that they got. So it's a big chance for Arsenal as well to stake that claim, because Chelsea have been running away with it in the academy system for the last 3, 4, 5 years now in terms of trophies and accolades. Obviously, Man City as well have been coming in a much recent years, but Chelsea have definitely built that that nostalgia, and obviously Arsenal have been known as one of them teams, so they definitely want to stake that claim this season in regards to the 23s. So move on to another game that I'm interested in is the Man City under 23s with the Crystal Palace under 23s. Man City under 23s smashing it this season, top of the league, running away with it. And McAtee 7 goals this season, Asoje 3 goals this season, and Dweezy 1 goal this season, but 3 assists. Definitely one of my players who I thought has been standing out. Very tricky. Saw him at the start of the season. Scored the first goal that he scored, and very, very, very good on the ball. Very dynamic, getting balls in, and just very unpredictable with an end product. You know, we see a lot of academy players. They might have skill. They might have that twilight, but they don't have the end product. With him, you get that you're starting to, you're at the start of the season, you start to see the end product, but he definitely gives you that something like to work with. So in regards to him, he's definitely someone that I'm very interested in. I spoke a bit about McAtee in the last episode. You see a lot of his clips also on our social media as well. Nextfield Foden, we talked about really stepping up his game this season, consistent performance after performance. But for me, reason why I picked this game, I think it's going to be the game of the weekend when it comes in terms of the academy games, because regards to Man City, we've seen them top of the league. We haven't spoke about them enough. But when it comes down to the Crystal Palace setup and what they've got going on there, very, very, very interesting. We've seen with the likes of what they produce in the terms of recently, in the terms of Mitchell coming in, and obviously in recent years, Wan-Bissaka and the likes. But if you understand the system and the remit that's going on there, they've got a lot of good quality players coming through. They've been smashed. They've been playing really well in regards to a lot of competitions that they've been in. I know they sit 7th in the PL2, but they definitely got a lot of players that they can stand out. They won 6-1 in the last game against Leicester City, really kicking on and showing their talents. I know they had a few of first team players in there. That's what I wanted to talk about, is the fact that the likes of Olise, Sakai, who's 2 players that one, he's already in the first team, and one is definitely touted to be in the first team. Rai Sakai, England under-20 international, scored on his debut, and also really ripping it up this season in the P2. Dynamic, very physical, number 10. Bruno Fernandes type, but very good on the ball, very good on the play, can see pictures, can make things happen. And for me, why it's very, very exciting, because you can see the project that Patrick Vieira is putting on at Crystal Palace. And in regards to all of these academy teams, and we see Man City at the top of the league, Pep Guardiola recently integrating some of these young players into that team. But I feel with Crystal Palace, they really have that core structure. And I know in regards to their transfer dealings this summer, I know a lot of their dealings when it comes to regards to their signing of players was young players, and let's also focus on the players that we've got in our academy system. These are the players that we actually want to push through and get through. And with the likes of Oslees and Ryan Okai playing in them games, and for the other quality players that they've got going in there, Crystal Palace is definitely a team to be looking out for in terms of players breaking into the first team and playing in the Premier League. So don't be surprised if you see a few academy players play for Crystal Palace this season. A few unknown names that you might not know about, we'll bring you them soon, and we'll definitely be showing them clips on our shows and on our shows. Definitely look out for Crystal Palace. And for me, this is a game for where they can step up. They can show the whole academy world, or even the world in general, the football world, that look, we definitely got these players that are going to kick on and break on and show something in the team. So for me, the prediction in the game, I could see Man City losing this game. I could see them being too comfortable. We all know as well, with a lot of their players as well, a lot of the players that I'm talking about as well, regards to Man City, you see Leon Palmer, who's been training with the first team, and I know Man City with the likes of McAtee and these other players are looking to break them into the first team sooner rather than later. And with the start that Man City's had so far, I won't be surprised if you might see a few of these players start going missing in regards to middle of the season. But definitely at Crystal Palace, there's a structure and a core thing that I can see maybe these boys kicking on and really, really dominating the academy season this season. So we'll move on to the last game of the P2 before we move on to the Premier League games. Manchester United versus Brighton. Manchester United also haven't had 23s haven't had the best start to the season, yet to win a game yet in regards to the P2, drawn 2, lost 2. With me, I spoke about this with Manchester United as well. You can see the Manchester United under 23s, a lot of their players have gone into Manchester United first team in regards to Ronaldo being there, Cavani being there, and a lot of quality and experience that's going on at Man United. And you can see with Man United, they've really got eye on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players that they really, really want to see break into that first team. So with the likes of Hannibal, Shoretire, Hugo, there's loads of players that Man United can see, Mengi, that they see get breaking into that first team. And a lot of these players have been training and been in and around the first teams, going on match day trips, match day, going to games in the match day squad. So it's very difficult when you're in that environment and playing that intensity. It's very difficult for you to then go on and then get into the under 23 game. So that might be the difficulty with the Ronaldo fanfare being at the club. Maybe the young players are a bit starstruck not to focus as such, but maybe when the season kicks on a bit and the players and the kids start performing and everything starts settling down, hopefully they can go and kick on and produce. In regards to Brighton, very, very good start to the season. Very, very good start. Sits second. Brighton under 23, sits second in the league with 3 wins, 1 draw in 4 games, unbeaten. Won 4-1 in their last game against Blackburn. You see one of the goals on their furlong. Great goal. Don't know if it was a goal or a cross. Who cares? Top bins. That's all we care about. Yeah, top bins from furlong. Great goal from there. And another player that I thought that been playing really well is Ferguson. Got 4 goals this season. Irish under 20 international. Definitely showing his worth. Can he go on and maybe kick on and get a Premier League start? So they're the 3 games that we was going to talk about in the PL2. Don't forget to lock in, tune in, let us know what you think. If there's any players that you think that stood out, is there any clips that you've been there? You might be at the game, you might be watching us the game. Send us the clips. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you feel that this player's standing out, or maybe that you feel a player that we should be looking at a bit more or talking out a bit more. Let us know, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Get in tune, get in tune, get in tune. So we'll move on to the big stuff, the things that everybody wants to talk about. The Premier League's back, big game, big weekend. Not going to delve too much into it because we've already been in the show. Not going to drag it all on. 2 games that I did want to focus on. Big game this weekend is Spurs versus Chelsea, Tottenham versus Chelsea, the first Carbon Zero game. Carbon Zero, what does that mean? So what are they going to be doing for this game? So basically what they're going to be doing this game is they're going to be the first game where the intentions is going to be solely to minimize the emissions to surrounding the whole game, whether that's on the power that they use surrounding the game, in regards to playing it, in regards to filming it, in regards to all the aspects in regards to power when it comes to the game. Also, how they're going to instruct to communicate and the travel, people coming and going for the games, how they're going to mitigate that, how can they do that in a much greener way. And for me, it's very good. It's very good initiative. Anything that we can do to save the planet is all well and good. Anything to live a healthier, better lifestyle for our kids and our grandkids. So it's good to see football. Football, we all know, is a big global powerhouse, very influential model when it comes to modern day society. So it's definitely good to see that football is definitely taking this seriously, and it'd be good to see much more games being looked like this. Maybe why can't we have every Premier League game Carbon Zero with clubs pushing that initiative? I think we all need it. I think it'll be good for society, good for our kids as well to be learning it and take it in. We've all seen the effect that Marcus Rashford has had. So definitely something I take in. So to the game, Spurs, good start to the season. We say good start to the season because they'll be picking up a few decent results, but we won't say the performance that has really been there. Ndombele has probably been their best player of the season, been a bit in and out. Harry Kane hasn't really stepped to the markers yet, so it's interesting to see. Also see Song start the season really well, and Ali as well. But in regards to the team as a whole, Tottenham hasn't really, they had that defeat also in the league conference, won their last game yesterday, but no draw, sorry, 2-2 against Rennes. So it's interesting to see with Spurs right now. I think with regards to the new manager coming in, I think they're trying to find their way, find their philosophy. And obviously, with the likes of Dele Alli coming back in the mold, the situation with Harry Kane over the summer, it's interesting to see what's going to happen there. Regards to Chelsea, really, really good start to the season. It's second in the league. Lukaku firing 3 goals in his last 3 games. Also scored in the Champions League. Kovacic playing really well this season as well. Got an assist in that, playing a role. Also got a goal in the Champions League. And also Jorginho coming in, playing really well. Getting things done, getting things playing. So it's interesting to see with Chelsea. They've got a superb squad, isn't it? Superb squad. Lukaku is performing really well. It's interesting to see if what will happen if Lukaku's rested or if he did manage to pick up an injury in that regards. But into regards to in this game itself, with Chelsea the way that they are, performance that they are, but depending on how Tottenham come out and play, it's a very difficult game for me to predict and for me to put on. But for me, Chelsea have been running away with their form and how they've been performing. I can see Chelsea going on and winning the game, not comfortably, but I can see them winning the game with a good performance. Chelsea have been unbeaten in the last 5 Premier League games when it comes to playing Tottenham. So it's going to be interesting to see the type of performance that Tottenham's going to go out there, knowing them statistics. Can they go out there and break that mold and really start the season off? Harry Kane would definitely want to get a goal. I know he's got a very, very good goal record against Chelsea. So rumours that he was going to join them in the summer. So maybe that'll be a good game for him to kick off the start of the season. Another game. We'll move on to the second part of the game before we come towards the ending of the show. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Next game we'll move on to is Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. Liverpool sits second in the league, while Crystal Palace are 11th. Liverpool have, some would say, are back. Some say that Liverpool, they've got their mojo back. Good start to the season. Mo Salah and Mane getting their goals. Trent Alexander playing really well. Henderson signing his new contract and looked like he's loving life. So it's, for me, the reason why I picked out this game, where it's very interesting. I spoke a lot about the Crystal Palace academy, but the win that Crystal Palace got last week against Tottenham was definitely a game that I saw Crystal Palace winning, and definitely a game that I saw as a chance for Crystal Palace to go on and push on, and for Patrick Vieira to go on and show his true qualities with the signings that he's made and with the players that he's got to go on and stay a claim this season. And for me, this is an even bigger game and even a bigger chance. So why can't Crystal Palace go out to Anfield, put in a good performance, and get a win there? In regards to Liverpool, Salah's back on form, scoring 3 goals this season already. Mane got a goal last week. Trent Alexander playing in 2 different positions, playing in the midfield role, also playing out on the right midfield for England, playing on the right for Liverpool. Very interesting season. Already got 2 assists, and it looks like he's got his mojo back also. So it's very good to see Trent Alexander back, especially with the World Cup coming around soon. It's good to see him playing. And in regards to Liverpool and this fixture, Liverpool have won the last 9 games. Won the last 9 games in regards to when it comes to Crystal Palace. So it's going to be interesting to see if Crystal Palace can go out there and get the win. But the last time Crystal Palace did beat Liverpool was at Anfield. Yes, a 1-0 win in 2017 in the Premier League. So can Crystal Palace go out there and repeat that, put in a good performance, keep another clean sheet like they did against Spurs, and go out there and upset Liverpool and Klopp and his men? So for me, that's an interesting game in regards to the 2 games this season of the weekend. I'm gonna flick through the few other games before we end the show. So we got Wolves versus Brighton. For me, I see maybe a draw. Can Brighton or Wolves take the opportunity to go and kick on and get a win? Burnley versus Arsenal. Arsenal, bit chuffed with their performances so far. Let's see what they can do. Man City versus Southampton. Man City gonna run away with that. Norwich versus Villa versus Everton, sorry, and Brighton versus Leicester. No, Villa versus Everton. I can see Villa going in there and putting in a good performance. It's going to be a very, very, very good game. That was a toss-up between Liverpool and Crystal Palace and Villa versus Everton, whether I should pick one of them two games, because that's going to be a really good game. Hard for me to predict. Could see a draw. It could go either way. Let's see. Brighton versus Leicester. Brighton also starting off well in the league as well. Academy doing well. Leicester a bit. Maybe the result on Thursday might have tipped them. I could see a Brighton win. I could see Brighton 1-0. I'll say Brighton. West Ham versus West Ham versus Manchester United. How can I forget? West Ham versus Manchester United. Man United. I have to go Man United win. I have to back my boys. We have to go out there, get the result. Yeah. So that's it. That's it for the weekend. Can we? Oh yes, Norwich versus Watford. That's what I wanted to talk about. I had a special tip. I think why do I have the name yet? Omar Balotelli. That's the player of the weekend I want to watch. Omar Balotelli, Irish international, made his debut last week for Norwich, and also in the internationals for Ireland for the first time. 19 years old, come through the Norwich ranks. Played all their games last season. Very pivotal in a way. And not played a lot of games for them last season. In the championship, lot of hype about him. Very good player, very dynamic. Could score a lot of goals as well. So Omar Balotelli, that's the player of the weekend for you guys to watch. And yes, so we managed to cram all of that in, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your football. Make sure you guys have a very brilliant time. If you're feeling down, talk to someone, and we'll see you guys soon. Boom.